Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bueller again, and I'm gonna go over the Ichimoku strategy. Just give a good basis on it. I could always do more videos on this. If anyone wants to go back test these charts themselves and send me some charts in the premium chat, I'd be glad to go over some stuff. If you have any further questions with the strategy, if I don't answer any of them here, but let's just go over what the indicator is and all that. So Ichimoku stands for the one look indicator. You should be able to look at a chart, no matter the time frame, and tell me what trend it's in just by looking at it once. That's how it should go. So all it is a bunch of average lines, so it's just support and resistance, so you should all be used to that. The Tenkin is the blue one. If you don't know the names or remember the names, that's okay. You don't need to remember all that stuff. You just need to remember what they do. The Kijin is the red one that you'll see going across the price a lot. The lag line is this orange one that you'll be seeing here in a shortly. I'll go over them too. And then you have the span A, span B, which is just the outer and the outer rims of the cloud here. So here you see how we have the cloud. That was the span A, span B. Red being bad, or bearish, sorry. Green being bull. Then you have the blue, bullish. Red, which is the Kijin, the Kijin, sorry. It's hard to remember the names. I don't really use this strategy as much anymore, but this was the first indicator I ever learned, and then I started using it with a lot of my friends, and it's a really, really good scalping strategy because let's say you're in a trade and you're trying to aim for 10 to 25% each trade. This strategy makes that very easy. You just have to be disciplined and patient, just like with our pre-market strategy and all that stuff. And just like I said in the TTM video, this stuff goes hand in hand. So all of our strategies, they all kind of mix together, and it's not really like you're having to learn just one or the other. You're kind of learning a big weapon, a big arsenal. One weapon here, and you're putting them together and make some badass stuff. Weird little analogy there, but it's pretty much what we're doing. So here, all I did was drew a couple lines before the video just so I could better prepare myself. But it's just the pre-market high and then a good pre-market support. And then I drew some intraday levels. I drew this little consolidation channel. And as you can see, the only other thing I have on is volume on my subgraph here. But when you see this blue line cross above this red line, this is called a TK cross. This is when the Tenkin crosses over the Kijin. This is just like the 50 crossing over the 200. It's like a golden cross. It's seeing a bullish crossover. When it pushes up, normally the price goes over. Now, when you see this cloud, you do not want to ever trade in the cloud. When a price is in the cloud, a line is in the cloud, it's considered consolidation period. You do not want to be a part of that. Sorry about that. And then it caught support above our little consolidation line, and you're looking to play that pre-market high, right? Screw the volume. Don't even look at volume yet. So as you can see, price bounces above as soon as TK crosses. Comes back down, test above the cloud. You now have bullish continuation. You haven't gotten over the pre-market high yet, but let's just keep playing it. Then you come down here. Now you're testing your consolidation line while still above the cloud. You even came down and you tested the Kijin, which was that red line I was talking to y'all about. Came down here and tested. So now you're in kind of some waters. You're still bullish, but there's a small chance you break down, but you're still above the cloud. The cloud hasn't twisted yet. Let's see where this lag line is. The lag line is 26 periods behind every time. So look at that. Breaking out of the cloud. That's bullish. That's a bullish breakout. This lag line is like the last confirmation you can go and check for the breakout. What do you know? Pushes up, gets above the Tenkin, the blue line. And now it's going to ride that and abide by it just like an EMA. Because that's pretty much what it is, an EMA. Rises, rises, rises. And you could even have used this as a bullish continuation confirmation because you broke above that high. You knew that you weren't just going to stop here and continuate more. You actually pushed up and created higher high. You even came down here and caught support. So it's really good. Which, let's see. You had rising seller volume, then you had your reset candles. You had the fake out. Which, by the way, all this is still bullish because you're still above that Tenkin line. You're still above the blue line. Rising buyer volume. That's great. But that lag line, make sure that's your last confirmation. But look at all of these lines as support and resistance. That's all it is. All these are all just support and resistance. And you want to be. This is for day trading mainly. You can use this on the 1, the 3, the 5 minute. I know that the 1 minute's okay. The 3 minutes really good. It's a really good in between. And then you have my preferred 5 minute, which is why I'm going over that because I just like to preach and promote the the less choppy waters, because as you can see, it gets a lot choppier here. It still abides by everything. I mean, it still does the same thing. You even get a better confirmation right here. It's not what I wanted to do. But you get the TK cross above the cloud. A TK cross above the cloud is very bullish. That is going to continue up. Because it's just like I said, it's just like a golden cross. It just passed. You have a very good bullish crossover above the cloud. So you have double confirmation. You look over here, you have the lag line catching support above the cloud and pushing up. That's even more continuation. And you have rising volume right here, actually. So I didn't even mark that. But that's a good example there. Let's go over NVIDIA. NVIDIA did a rebound, which is what I wanted to go over in the video. So rebound is just like when you go down to the... Okay, that was very scary. I can't wait to make all of you jump in your chairs in my video. God, you're going to be laughing when that happens. I just jumped in my chair. Whew. All right, back to life. So a rebound is kind of like when you go down to a very strong level and you push back up. And as you can see, it went through the pre-market, but it did a little inverse here. So that's good. But let's look on the... Oh, we're on the 3-minute. We're good. Let's look for the TK cross and what you could have done. So let's see this. So you see that it crossed up, right? And you had rising volume. Another good confirmation. Let's just kind of go through a little mental trade in our head. Goes above cloud. You have good confirmation here above. Falls back down. And it abides by the EMAs. It abides by your cloud and your line. And also the lag line too. The lag line never stopped going with you. It never stopped. It never went back under the cloud after it broke this. So best entry was probably when the lag line broke the cloud and you saw price catch above the Tijin. Or Tenkin, sorry. I keep combining the words. The Tenkin. So I just wanted to go over a rebound. There's all kinds of rebounds that you'll see. This could have just as easily kept going too if it had failed this. If you kept seeing it fail this as you see it ride this. If it had done the opposite. But let's go over what the opposite side is supposed to look like. What a falling Ichimoku strat looks like. So here on Boeing today. This was a really good example. Shout out to Aaron. He gave me the example on Facebook while we were going over this. But not only did it break your pre-market low, but do y'all remember that retest strategy we always talk about? Let's clear this. Line was about right here. Just to make sure. So check this out. Remember that 80% retest? So you have your 40% entry here is rising volumes hitting. And look at that. It's failing the Tenkin. It's failing to go down more. But then you get your retest with a wick. That's awesome. In between the zones. So you're still technically right now because you're not 100% sure that's going to keep falling. With volume, I said that. The bearish continuation, which kind of happened all day. But look at the rejections, the big rejections. So it kept failing this red line here. Failed the cloud all around here. And you wouldn't be trading here because consolidation. And if you're in a put, you just wouldn't be exiting it because you don't have confirmation this reversed yet. And you just keep getting it abiding by that line. You could pull up a chart, look at it yourself too, but it keeps abiding by these EMAs. See, it's doing it right now. Well, market just closed, but if this was to keep going, it'd probably keep falling. Let's go to the... And you could use this on bigger time frame too. Don't get me wrong. You could use this on bigger swing strategies too. Let's go check it on the 1 minute since we haven't done that yet. So here, let me zoom this in for y'all so it doesn't hurt as much. Let's clear this. Because it kind of hurts my eyes to stare at that many lines too. But my friend Dylan, True Trend Trevor, there used to be an Ichimoku chat in this chat before that got disbanded just because... Just inactivity, nothing crazy. This is still one of the best scalping strategies in the chat, and it's awesome because it goes hand in hand with the pre-market strat that we already have. But look at the rejections it had on the way down. So let's see when they crossed. So you got your one cross, and you got your cross again. This is like a death cross. This is like when the 200 crosses over the 50. It's kind of like that, just that little concept. Abiding. Never push back up. It's abiding. 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 And this is when you start to get a little curious, because now you have your lag line playing jump rope with everything. It's jumping back above. So this is when you get your first little maybe I need to start thinking about exiting my put soon if you're in a put. abiding, abiding. You get your wick. You never broke back below this again. So when would you exit? Let's think about that. Well, you just got a TK cross right here. So about right here, when the lag line crossed happened. So which that's probably when that popped up, because this is, remember, 26 periods behind. It lags behind. So you wouldn't have that confirmation yet, which is why it's the last thing you check. But it is very, very strong when it lines up with the TK cross or KT cross. When it lines up like that. So that would have been a good exit on that. And I just wanted to give this example on this video because I wanted to give a good rising example and a good falling example. So now you have both. If you have any more questions about this, please drop me a chart in chat. I would love to chat more about these. Just drop a chart and a question. We can definitely go over it more. And there's plenty of guys who know these strategies in the chat as well that are willing to help. It's just not everyone's the most talkative. Everyone's on their own path. So you'll never see everyone post their gains. You'll never see everyone talk or post, but everyone is still watching and learning. Trust me. That's how it is for a lot of beginners or people who are just more to themselves. And that's totally fine. There's more outgoing traders. That's okay. That's perfect. Just be yourself, be comfortable, and stick to your strategies, please. We're all here to grow together. But yeah, go ahead and drop me some questions in chat if you have any about any of the videos, not just these past two, but just any of the videos. Go ahead and drop any questions in the premium chat. Be glad to help. My guys would be glad to help. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.